Surprise.
Wait, do I know you?
You use your Discover cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter.
Yeah.
Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
Well, how fun. It's 102.1 and 105.3 The Shark. I have writer, radio broadcaster, friend of mine, John Shannon, with me. And John, you've written several books. The first one that I read was The Longest Summer. Now, you're a broadcaster. How did that book come about?
I didn't plan on writing, and The Longest Summer, which came out 3 years ago now, was so successful for me locally and regionally. And I was so excited by that it just sort of convinced me to continue what has become my new passion, my new hobby. People say, where do you find time to write? Well, I mean, there's time for anything that you want to do as a hobby. Turn off the TV and you'll find lots of time to do a whole bunch of things you love.
Yeah.
That was the key. But The Longest Summer started as a random idea one night, ironically, when I was watching TV and I had a thought. And I grabbed my phone and I opened the notes and I just started writing. And what came out was, quite honestly, what is about the first paragraph of the book. I just started writing and it just flowed out of me. And I don't know where it came from. And I took it to my wife and I said, Lori, read this. And she said, well, that's really good. What is it? I said, I don't know, but I think I'm going to write a book now. And then I did.
It was funny. The story was great. The Wilder Chronicles, if you want to talk Maine, I'm convinced it's going to be made into a movie series someday. What are the names of the books in the Wilder Chronicles series?
Treasure of the American Dragon, Mount of the American Dragon, and then Island of the American Dragon. I wanted them to be very Maine, but not only for people in Maine. You know, much like when you read a Stephen King book and you read about Derry and all his locations in Maine, but you don't have to be from there to understand it. So hopefully I was able to do that really well. And that whole trilogy covers a lot of territory in Maine, both geographically and in, legends and stories built in the state. It started with it's a 28-year-old wizard who just wants to be a waiter. He knows he has magical powers. He knows he can do things. He never really explored it in his life. It's sort of a mystery to him, even though he knows he has the ability to do these things. But he just wants a regular life. And at his apartment door one day, a dog suddenly comes up.
And the dog turns out to be a dragon?
An 800-year-old dragon in disguise. Why has the dragon disguised himself as a little brown French bulldog? I don't know, but he has. So no one else knows it's a dragon. And I had a number of urban fantasy readers point out to me how different that is, that usually dragons are just part of a story. My dragon/dog, named Bocephus, is one of the main characters in the story. And yes, named after Hank Williams Jr.
My name is Bocephus.
It's a dog named Bocephus, like in the Kenny Chesney lyric after Hank Williams Jr.
Speaking of references, this is another... John, if somebody were to ask me, do you know John Shannon? I'd be like, duh. He's like one of my best friends. Of course I know him. But then you lay all of these references on Native Americans, which, where did that come from?
So that really is a Mountain of the American Dragon, which takes place on Mount Katahdin, in and around Mount Katahdin. And that is such a fascinating area of Maine. The Wabanaki and Penobscot Indian legends around that mountain and that area, I really wanted to make it central to the story. And I did. And thank you for seeing all of that and getting all of that. And I also wanted to point out, to readers of the book right away that it's inspired by legends of Maine, but, written with great respect for the cultural heritage of the Wabanaki people. So hopefully that will inspire people to learn a little bit more.
All right. We'll be back with John Shannon, author of several books. We've been talking about The Longest Summer and The Wilder Chronicles. Get it at any bookstore or on Amazon. Coming up, John gives some really good advice to aspiring writers and artists. That's next on 102.1 and 105.3 The Shark. 102.1 and 105.3 The Shark. I'm Sarah Sullivan. We've been talking to John Shannon, the author. It's so weird for me to say because he's a friend of mine and I've only known him to be a broadcaster, but he is a fine writer. And John, what advice would you give for other writers that are just starting out?
My best advice for anyone who wants to write is to write every day. It doesn't matter what you write. Write something. Be expressive every day. If you're writing a story and you're not sure where it goes, but you know something that's going to happen later in a story, stop. Don't get caught up in, I'm not sure what happens next, but I know I don't know what they're going to buy in the grocery store, but I know after the grocery store, they're going to Home Depot. Okay, write the chapter about Home Depot.
Oh, yeah.
And then connect them later. But don't be stymied by, I'm not sure what happens right now. That's classic writer's block. You know where your story is going eventually.
That's really good advice for anybody in anything that they do. You know, like I'm thinking of painting, you know, that I paint a little bit. And that's such good advice rather than stopping and, throwing in the towel. Just connect the dots. It's great advice.
I'm not sure how to paint a pretty little tree, but I know how to paint a log cabin. So I'll paint the cabin first.
Yeah.
I think it works for everything.
It does. You're right about that. Well, where is the best place to find your books?
Amazon is the simplest place. It's in a ton of local bookstores. If they don't have it, they can order it for you. If you want to support the local bookstore, that is great. And God bless you. I do encourage that. It can be ordered any bookstore in America if they don't have it in stock. If you want to order from Amazon, that's great. It is available for Kindle and Apple Books. You can get that delivered right to your device.
There's a bookstore in Exeter. It's Water Street Books. It's where Dan Brown goes for, since he lives in Rye, New Hampshire. He goes there for his book signing sometimes. It's been there forever. So Water Street Books is a good place to go. And like you said, if it's not on the shelves, ask for John, Jon, no H, Shannon, and they'll be able to order it for you. John Shannon, ladies and gentlemen, author of The Wilder Chronicles, The Longest Summer. Go to any bookstore and order them, or you can go to Amazon.com.
Save on summer favorites at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill. You'll always find weekly sales on the fresh peak season fruits and veggies in our produce department. Discover a wide variety of fantastic flavors to go from our deli. Indulge with your favorite sweet treats from our bakery. And slice into savings on exceptional meats and seafood in our meat department. Are you a Something Extra member? Sign up to save more with member prices, free delivery, personalized offers, and more. Savings made simple. Only at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill.
Surprise.
Wait, do I know you?
You use your Discover cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter.
Yeah.
Now, it's payback time.
Whoa, hold on.
Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.